There we go, it's up now.
Alright. Okay, see it's... And let's give it a moment. Give it a moment to buffer in. So you can see the stream, right?
Yeah, stream's up. Everything's good.
Okay, they're not getting any volume.
Alex has just done a 124.2 on soft tires.
Hang on, let's see if I can find some volume for this. Oh no, wait, I hear you in the stream.
Oh, that's good then.
So it might just be me who's a little bit low.
Yeah. We'll go as Shankster 11's just on a 124.1 on hard tires.
Ooh, that's what I was thinking. Alright. Yeah, I think we're good now. So, with the strange intro aside, welcome to everyone who's joined us. I am Cypher Knight 77. And go on, introduce yourself.
My name's Jared Fosby, or as IRL Neon.
And we're here to bring you live Gavra Racing coverage for the F1 series. This is round 1 at the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. And we're here to take you for a couple of rounds. I don't know if I'll be around for too long, but certainly my co-commentator here will be, to bring you all the spectacular F1 racing action.
Well then, as we can see, there's already 6 people already set times. The fastest right now is Zaza22 with a 123.5 on a set of soft tyres, with Shankster in second with a 124.1. Don't know if these are competitive lap times unless these are bankers at the moment.
Yeah, we are in the midst of qualifying right now, so there's 3 options these guys can take, softs, mediums, and hards, so we could see a mix-up of strategies as Toro Rosso Fire Tornado sets the fastest time so far.
123.5, 2 lots of mediums. That's interesting. If he's going to go on the 2-stop strategy, or he's going to try the 1-stop soft and medium.
Right. So, let's see if we can get a few more details on those around us. We'll have the telemetry enabled for all that stuff, as well as the lap data to help us see just how fast these guys are going. And I think for now we'll just set it on the fastest lap or leader, either one, I'm not really sure.
No, nobody else is on a lap right now except the guys who've already done laps.
So, yes. So, obviously, I don't know, like, roughly anyone here in F1, because I mostly commentate on Project Cars, so... we're just gonna have to take it by ear.
As Beto, if I do apologize if I got the PSN there wrong there, 1195 is currently on a lap in the Merc. As the Saint, there's a set of 123.2 on a set of medium tyres. So he's took the provisional pause as an alpha off track that has made a mistake.
That's right, both Toro Rossos in the top 2 now. And hello to everyone in chat so far, Napula, Natty G as well. How are we commentating? Well, we simply asked, and here we are commentating. Pretty simple as that.
Right now, although Bedo's done a quite decent sector 2, very nice and tidy as he's now approaching sector 3 with the new DRS on. A bit wide on the curve there, is coming up to the final 2 corners. The little hairpin corner now. Taking the second gear nice and tidy, really doesn't kick out. through the final corner he goes. Let's see what lap he can do. As he's coming up to the line, going to set a 1:24.1, and that was invalid, but that would have put him into 5th place, I believe.
Clarence Alex gonna cross the line, and he's 5th for now. It was a racing point, only 9th.
It was blue cameo, 1:28.3. As AB Techers is also on a lap on the set of softs in the Ferrari team.
Yeah, 10 minutes left already, and still roughly half the field who haven't set a representative time just yet, but there's still time on the board.
I think AB Techers there made a mistake into turn 12 there. I think he was a bit cautious. Probably going to set a banker lap and then going to go out with a full out lap later on in the session.
True. But AB Tucker's across the final corner now. It will be his time. Practically running out of ERS, and it is 6th, so pretty far up the midfield. Checkmate down in 8th for now. He's got a Haas in front of him, I believe. We see a lot of heavy ERS usage. I know that there are some tracks where ERS kind of goes out relatively quickly. So we suspect that these guys might be saving ERS for some time throughout this race.
Yeah, ERS management on this track is a bit of a pain because you can use a lot without you even knowing. The best place to save it is actually in sector 1. It is the slowest part of the track. But if you don't save it there and you are low, it could affect you near the end of the race. As we've just seen, X-Ace just set a 1:22.5. He's took pole position currently.
Natty G goes 6th with his time. Still quite a lot to find though compared to his teammate.
As the Mister is currently on a lap in the Haas, 27.5 in sector 1, he's just set.
So yeah, everyone's starting to go out there and make some new laps. Maybe Tech is going on a new lap.
This Mister's now currently approaching sector 2. Near the top step. So hopefully this traffic ahead of him does get out of his way since he is on a lap. There is a racing point ahead.
So the pool is giving us something interesting. He's given a lot of strategy options. Now I don't know if he's just telling everyone what his plan is for the race, but I certainly wouldn't tell everyone my strategy.
Yeah, I've got to say those strategies he said there are some very interesting strategies. All could work. I have seen a few other guys do similar strategies to strategy 3 and 4. But I think everyone today is going to do strategy 1 or strategy 2 since there's a lot of people on the soft tyre.
Perhaps. Only Shanksta is the only one who's attempted a lap on the hard tires, so we could see a bit of an inverse strategy from him as well. Because these are regular Formula 1 rules. Whoever qualifies in the top 10 must start on the tire they qualify on. So those 11th and back can get a free choice of tires for the race.
Alright, there's the Mister did sit at 1:23.5 on those soft tyres, so he promoted himself to 4th place. Currently a bit off the leader, currently almost 1 second, 9/10 off. Zaza in 5th is an actual second off. He may go for another quick run later in the session with only 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining.
Now, if it's one thing I've learned from commentating the very few amount of F1 races that I have, it's that traffic levels during the late part of qualifying always tend to get in the way.
Yeah, traffic can be an issue.
So, it wouldn't be too far off to say that some people's laps might not get invalidated, as we see Toussaint go pole with a 1:22 flat.
That is almost 6 tenths quicker than Ace right now, as Ace is on an out lap ahead of the Red Bull of Topster.
Far Tornado, I believe he's also starting a lap himself.
Could we see a strong pairing of the Toro Rosso team?
Gunner, I think he's on a lap as well in the McLaren. But now everyone in the top 10 is on the soft tires. Black Country, I think the only one who's done a lap on mediums and has been able to improve on his lap is only 11th right now. So that kind of shows the initial pace of the medium tires compared to the softs. It's quite a stark difference for those two tires around a track like this.
Yeah, there's around about soft to medium, there's around about 6 tenths difference on this track, and soft to hard I think it's like 1.3, 1.4, so it can mean a lot, but the softs can wear out quite easily in this race. Australia isn't the best with tyre wear, but we'll have to wait and see what the weather is like in the race. As right now, Tornado is coming up to the final 2 corners. And a bit of traffic, but the traffic did get out of the way as quick as possible at turn 12 as Tornado's coming around the final corner now, almost out of ERS in hot lap, and he's done a 122.3, 1.1 seconds faster than his PB and is promoted to 2nd place. So could we see a Toro Rosso 1-2?
Very quick, the Toro Rossos are looking here today. The Alphas could challenge. Xanigi, although had a small thing going into turn 1, so this might not be the lap, but I think the Alphas and even Sabo could be able to challenge if they can get some really good laps in. I think everyone's just waiting for the right time at the very end of this session.
Well, as Topster, I think, has made the perfect strategy call to go on mediums right now, as he's about to finish his lap with only 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. As he's coming around the final corner now in the Red Bull. See what time he can do against his junior team and the Alphas. And he takes 5th, 123.5 on a set of medium tyres.
He's unable to improve that lap very quick around the first lap, although I think he's backing it off after that.
As X90's just improved to take 5th place, 123.2.
Yeah, I haven't shown too much of the Red Bulls, but they're looking to finally get a few representative lap times on the board, as you said.
The only person who hasn't actually set a lap time is Triple O, who's currently was on lap earlier. He's making a few lockups at the moment in second. Oh, and he almost hit rear ends Racing Point there. That, I think that was Blue Cameo. And yeah, yes, it was.
Yeah, Blue Camo's off there. Luckily, don't think any damage there, but definitely an off moment.
Yeah, I think that's basically settled Triple O's qualifying. I think he'll be starting 17th on the grid since there isn't enough time to get back round. As you probably can understand, underneath that helmet he'll be a bit frustrated.
Shanks, I believe he's letting people go. He's coming in, so I believe that's the end of his run. A lot of people perhaps abandoning their run, or maybe waiting to the very end of the session.
That is correct, as one of the Taurus drivers is out on another outlap, but I don't think he has actually enough time to make it back round, as Hussein is currently only in sector 1 and there's only a minute exactly left of the session.
So just 1 minute to go, and all the drivers, or most of the drivers, are actually out trying to get every last bit. Toaster, now the only one in the top 10 on medium tires, so he will most likely start on the mediums for the race.
Well, his Triple O is actually on another lap. He's going to say 2 laps on soft tyres, which in my opinion won't be the best strategy call. It's going to be very tricky to get the strategy correct if he comes out of the top 10. because he could do a long stint, will possibly get a puncture on those tyres, or he will have to definitely go on hards, which could be the slowest strategy near the end of the race, as he locks up there deeply into the little chicane now.
But now that time is out with the Toros's, that might be the time to beat there. The checkered flag flies. Across the line, Sabo is right behind one of the Toros's, and he goes 6th. So decent run, ending run.
Isaias isn't going to improve. He has backed off on his lap. As currently I'm on board with Triple right now. He's approaching one of the slow Renaults. He's also on a lap as he's making a few lockups on the McLarens, not finding the grips with the tyres right now as he's approaching the final corner. What time is it going to be? And it's going to be a 1:24.5, and in my opinion, I think he'll be a bit happy being in 12th to get a fresh set of tyres, but I think he'll be a bit disappointed with his qualifying altogether being held up by the Racing Point.
Right, the Ferrari and Renault there, I think both abandoned their laps, so I think that is everyone's qualifying run there. And it will be the two Toros's of Toussaint and Fire Tornado who stick Toro Rosso 1-2 for the Australian Grand Prix. X-Ace will get the 3rd spot on the grid.
It's very interesting seeing two teammates very close together. Will there be any team orders in today's race? Be very interesting with the strategy, of course.
Perhaps not. It is only the first race after all. But I hope you stick with us to see what happens. So it is Toussaint, Fire Tornado, X-Ace, Dedekany, AB Tekker is your top 5, followed by Sabo, X Natty G, Topster, Zaza, and Alex Gunner, you're rounding out your top 10. All separated by under 2 seconds, of course. Here's the rest of the grid right there.
It's very interesting what the guys who didn't make it in the top 10 wonder what strategies they will go for. Especially Shankster, since he did qualify on hards. Will he stay on that tyre, or will he go medium or softs? Be very interesting since it'll be a fresh choice of tyre.
Alright, well, it is first race of the season. We're looking for a good start from everyone, especially. And we hope that everyone out there enjoys what we have to offer here.
As the weather looks cloudy, wonder if we can see any rain near the end of today's race. Maybe that's why one person did qualify on the hard tyres.
Perhaps. Yeah, unlike the drivers, we can't really see the predicted forecast as well. So
hopefully we'll have no glitches at the start, because I have been in a few other lobbies and sometimes the formation lap goes without the commentators actually seeing the formation lap, so hopefully we don't have that today.
Yeah, so give it a few seconds and then we'll head down to the grid. But quite a packed race, quite a packed crowd, as they're off on their formation lap.
No glitches, so that's good to go, as there's a slow Williams there moving off into the grass or something. I think that might be Robert.
So
yeah, I think it was Robert, as he's the only Williams on track.
So we'll go down the grid relatively. Like I said, the two Toros will start 1st and 2nd. So let's see if they can finish the race like that, followed by X-Ace in the Alfa Romeo in 3rd. In the 2nd row, Dedekany also alongside him. In the 3rd row, AB Tekkers and Sabo, the Mr. Ferrari and Haas. In row 4, you have X Natty G and Topster, Alfa Romeo and Red Bull. In row 5, Zaza and Alex Gunner in the Ferrari and McLaren. Row 6, just outside the top 10, as Shankster actually, I think, opts to go on the hard tires. And Triple O, who's also on the hard tires in the Racing Point and McLaren. Row 7, starting on the medium tires, Black Country and Hugo Walsh, who starts on the soft tires, Mercedes and Red Bull respectively. Row 8, Checkmate, starting on the soft tires, and Blue Camo, starting on soft tires, Renault, Racing Point respectively. And row 9, the last row of the grid, Robert Godfather starting on the soft tires, and Infamella in the soft tires, Williams and Haas respectively.
Yeah, as Infama did miss qualifying, so he isn't going to have as much as practice as everybody else has on the track, so hopefully he can do the Haas team a comeback from being at the back, as the Williams is actually off on the formation lap. He's actually went in the gravel there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Topster, the only man in the top 10, starting on the medium tires, and Shockster, the only one in the whole grid, starting on hard tires. So that'll be very interesting to watch, as he is 11th.
Well, so is Triple O's on hard tires as well. He's in 12th.
Oh yeah, excuse me, sorry.
Right.
Yes, Race Point and McLaren starting on hard tires.
Very interesting on the strategy as everybody is now lining up.
Indeed. Welcome one and all for Formula One action as we go down the third lap. So we will head to 5 red lights here at the Australian Grand Prix. And they're off.
Well, Tornado's had a better start than his teammate, has got alongside him already, and has made a move before turn 1. He's going to keep it.
Inside. Oh, and there's contact already. The Ferrari and the Haas. The Haas is spun around. That's Sabo around at turn 1, and both Haas's are involved at turn 1.
Oh no, that isn't good for the Haas team.
It's the Rambo of Hugo, and just behind them, the Mercedes of Black Country has hit into the back of Shankster. Just ahead of them.
A few mistakes into round 1 of the start of the season. Big wing damage on the Mercedes there. Has lost the right side of his end plate, as Infamous has called it a day in the Haas. It's unfortunate for the Haas F1 team.
I think it was Sabo who got tagged by one of the Ferraris at the start there, spun around and then caused a huge chain reaction on the field as Triple O gets it wrong off the corner there, and then loses a lot of spots there.
Battles all over the track right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, up in front of the grid, Toussaint, who started on the pole, he's down to 5th already, as actually his teammate Fire Tornado, who leads this Australian Grand Prix from the Decany, and X-Ace behind him. X-Ace teammate X-Natty G up to an impressive 4th, actually.
Yeah, I've got to say he's done a very good as he's making a mistake there.
Toussaint there, spun.
Toussaint has gone round, he qualified first and he's dropped all the way at the back of the grid. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get disqualified, with Codemasters saying he may be reversing on track when he's clearly not, and that is going to be very disappointing for him. He's probably going to have to go on a set of hard tyres now. Yeah, and he goes around again into the wall. He's lost a bit of his wing there.
Oh yeah, Toussaint. I thought he had got back up, but he's still having issues getting back on the track.
Oh, it's Dead-on's gone into turn 6, I believe this is.
Yes, be careful rejoining on the track though. Careful.
Oh no, it's going to hit someone.
Oh, the McLaren of Triple O.
That was very dangerous there for the Mercedes.
Well, in case
a lot of contact there from turn 8.
Black
Triple O just got out of that.
Yeah, Black Country.
Oh, there's another contact. X-90's round.
Oh yeah, and spitting in the second sector. That's X-Natty, and I think Triple O had to take evasive action there. You know, now it's Alex Gunner and Blue Camo who now run side by side.
Well, Shankster must be enjoying it. He is on the hard compound tyre. He's currently in 6th place right now as he's staying with the top.
Oh, just behind them, that's Triple O. Rally crossing it in the background. We can't get a moment to think. Okay. I was going to say, you wanted us to show more enthusiasm. Believe me, we are showing enthusiasm. We just can't keep up.
It's currently right now though, Fire Tornado is running with it right now. Currently got a gap 2.4 seconds to Ace.
And that's
in second place.
X-Natty G in the pits already for damage repair. But we need a moment to consider what has just happened. Because
got that say though, Shankster is lining up a attempt of a pass on Walsh right now. He's currently in 5th. There's Sabo, the other Haas driver, has gone round, I believe possibly in turn 12. There's a safety car. There is a safety car in this race.
Yeah, so both Haas drivers out of the race. You can see his car abandoned there from the
Yeah, at
Toro
turn
Rosso.
12.
And Triple O has a drive-through penalty for
Drive-through.
speeding. Oh
I've
no.
got to say though, Toussaint has basically been given a jail out of free card right now.
Don't you mean
Adds
get
pit.
out of jail free card?
Yeah, that the one. Get out of jail free card, yep. This Toussaint is currently in 16th on a set of hard compound tyres. He could pit, go mediums. It would be very interesting if he did, as he doesn't. He stays out, so he is staying on the hard compound of tyre.
Alright then. So now we have a moment to consider what has happened. So Fire Tornado still your leader, X-Ace in second, and now Topster on the medium tires is in third as the safety car is out. X-Natty G had pit. He's also on hard tires now, so it'll be interesting to see what everyone else takes. It'll definitely be very interesting as the Ferrari of Zaza is in for a pit stop.
As remember, Triple O has got a drive-through penalty. I believe he can't serve it under the safety car. I think he has to wait till the safety car ends to serve his drive-through, which isn't going to be too good on his hard stint strategy, what he's going to try and pull. As the three cars into the pits.
Yeah, Alex is in as well. Robert Codfather is in as well. I think Zaza on the medium tires. Alex on the... why is he on intermediates? That's not me,
why
right?
is he on intermediates? Yeah, why is he on inters? It's slicks. It's not wets. So does that mean there actually is a possible of rain near the end of this race and he's by mistake gone on the wrong strategy?
Robert on mediums and Dedekany taking another set of softs. And Alex is on intermediates. That's, I don't think that's right. Okay, well, we'll have to see how that works out. Meanwhile, further up the field, safety car is out and Fire Tornado heads the pack. No one in the top pack seemingly deciding to come in, actually. We'll get, we apologize for not having all this data up earlier, but we needed a minute.
Yeah.
Blue Camo up 10 spots from the start. He's currently sitting in 6th, and the biggest loser so far, Toussaint, who's starting on the pole, is down 15 spots.
You're alright there, but Shank's doing 5th currently right now. I believe if it doesn't rain, he's on the best strategy car right now because the guys at the front who are on softs still need to pit. And Chance can basically now take these hards a bit longer than what the softs can and be quicker near the end of the race on the new fresh set softs, which I believe he may go on.
Indeed, so.
There is Camo actually in.
Yeah, Camo is into the pits now. No, he didn't pass the pits before the safety car came out. He did have the opportunity to pit, so this might have just been a late call, just for assurance sake for the Racing Point team.
As will Alex going to peel into the pits now?
Alex and Black Country. I think both of them had an incident there because he's on inters.
As the Mercs has to let each other through, but this isn't good for Toussaint because he's getting held up here.
Yeah, because Black Country, I think, had an incident there. So there's a few positions further back in the safety car line that are a little bit messed up right now. As Alex has gone on to mediums.
You're alright there. There is a few people on medium tyres. Blue Camo and Tubbs are the only guys on him, but there is a lot of people on hards. As Alex has even got even worse news. He's got a 5-second time penalty crossing the pit lane entry.
Yeah.
So both McLarens are getting penalties of some sort. Triple O is getting a drive-through announcement that has got a 5-second stop-go added to it. Well, if he doesn't serve it, will be added to his time at the end of the race.
Well, while we have a moment, let us actually take a look at who has what penalty. We know Triple O still has a drive-through penalty, and Alex has his 5-second time penalty. So Triple A will most likely have to make a stop once the safety car comes in.
You are correct. I'm surprised the safety car isn't going in yet, as it has been a few laps on the safety car condition.
only DNF so far. Both Haas's of Sabo and Infernella both having separate incidences there. But I think everyone so far has gotten their car repaired, as the safety car is still out for one more lap.
Oh, no, safety car. Okay. I think the safety car's glitched because on my screen the safety car's out.
Well, both Red Bulls had contact with one another.
Oh no, that isn't good, especially when they're third and fourth. So I think the safety car was actually meant to come in this lap, but it's actually glitched and stayed out for one more lap.
Yeah, Topster,
so this isn't good for everyone.
Yeah, Topster has a 5-second penalty for colliding with his teammate under the safety car.
Ooh. He won't be happy with that. I was actually speaking about his teammate as the field go really slow, as Renault has to go and avoid going to the grass there. And that may lose him a few positions there as he got actually a penalty.
Now Checkmate has a time penalty.
He hasn't got any damage or anything like that, as Hugo Walsh has got a big chunk on his left side of his wing removed.
But I
think this is because of the safety car not coming in.
But it said it's coming in the next lap because it had already passed the pit lane when it gave us the message. But yeah. I think at the front though, the Red Bulls had a little incident, and then that blocked up a lot of the field. So I think just a lot of, I guess, people not looking right ahead of them.
It's true. That could be the reason. As right now though, Fire Tornado will be looking hungry to get a good start off the safety car and try and pull a gap from Ace. However, remember these two are on 5 laps old softs compared to Topster, who's on 5 lap mediums, and Shanks is also on 5 lap hards.
I think the Alphas just hit the back of the Toro Rosso, X-Ace and Fire Tornado.
And Topster's just got a 5-second. Yep. Oh, and he's rear-ended him again.
And now Toussaint has a 5-second time penalty in the back.
There is a lot of penalties going in.
Yeah, just a lot of guys like not looking in front of them, really.
As now the safety car surely has to have come in.
Yeah, it's in. We're back green as Fire Tornado gets to run.
So the cross line, nobody can pass each other.
AB Checkers in the wall.
AB Checkers is in the wall.
Robert's in the pits for some reason. I don't think he had a drive-through.
As there we go, Fire Tornado's had a decent start, got a second gap to Ace. Topster is in third, but Topster does
X-Natty and Zaza had a really close moment. Is up ahead.
Zaza's just gone off. They did a very lunge. Zaza gets through against Natty, but Zaza. Oh, hang on, there's Triple O. Triple O's got a problem.
Well, I think he still has to make a drive-through penalty, but now he's lost his front wing.
He's off in the gravel. And he will definitely need a pit with that. And I think that's his basically strategy as his team gets through.
And he's off. The Racing Point and Mercedes have to do a basic trick.
Blue Camo trying to defend from dead on. Dead on takes the position into P9 right now.
Blue doesn't get a good run to that turn. X-Natty. Let's be careful on the curb. Here comes Black Country. Could look for a move at the inside. Not quite.
Well, X-Natty locks up.
Yeah, a lot of hard racing going on down throughout the midfield. I thought for a moment
just sets the fastest lap, 127 flat there.
I thought for a moment the Ferrari was going to squeeze the Alpha into the grass, as Toussaint is in the pits again.
Has he got more damage, so that safety car hasn't really helped him out then.
Triple O is in as well, likely for his drive-through penalty.
As he actually said, slowing his 5-second stop and go, and he's having his wing replaced. As Triple O isn't actually doing his drive-through, that'll be next lap. He's having his wing and medium tyres fitted.
The Mercedes tapped the wall there, the one behind X-Natty.
Oh, Zaza's round. Zaza is round. I think he may have been collected with the Mercedes.
He spun it through the fast right there. Meanwhile, just ahead have a fierce battle between Black Country and X-Natty. Black Country and X-Natty have made contact. Although I think that was a lockup there.
There was a lot of questions and a lot of penalties happening right now as X-Natty is trying to work out where Blue Camel's going to go. Almost runs off the track there. He's going to go on the inside. Going to make a move. Oh, very close and personal. Almost touching tyres there. Oh, Cameo was better on the brakes. Oh, but Cameo's gone off.
And now makes him susceptible to Alex Gunner behind him. Oh, his Blue Camo's off again. This will be a free place for him. X-Natty is now...
One of the Red Bulls are going in. Walsh is into the pits. So
and
is
the Ferrari. Yeah.
And so is Country.
Yeah, all three of them in to the pits as well. Techers for front wing damage. Hugo for front wing damage. And Black Country for front wing damage as well. Zaza back up into the top 10. Blue Camo's back up into the top 10.
Interesting battle in the front. Tornado may have an issue right now.
Checkmate in the wall.
Checkmate, sorry, he's gone. Sorry, not to... Oh, he's lost hard for the Renault. Car.
Oh, and behind them, Alex Gunner almost bended into the wall as well.
However, though, Tornado's got an issue. He's getting caught and almost getting passed around the outside of Ace, and this is going to open the door for Topster in a minute.
Yeah, Topster right behind the top 3 battle. Real unfortunate for Checkmate. He is out of this race after running in the top 10. Real unfortunate for him there. But now we have a battle for the top 3 as the Toro Rosso spins in front of the Alpha. And X-Ace gets caught up, and now Topster is in the lead, and here comes the Racing Point in front as well.
Shankster is now in second right now on those hard compounded tyres. These soft runners need to pit soon because they're going to just start falling apart.
Topster's in the pits, and now Shankster's in the lead on his hard tyres.
That's interesting that Topster's in. Has he got any wing damage? Yes, he has. He's got a bit of wing damage, and he has to serve his 5-second stop though.
Shankster has a 5-second time penalty as well. Oh wait, Shankster has a 5-second time penalty. Most likely for track limits. Further down the field, Fire Tornado comes out. Topster comes out as well. Topster's on softs. Fire Tornado on hards.
Shankster has pulled a gap now to Ace, currently 1.5 seconds. Ace is going 9 laps on those softs. It's to say it's just a new fast lap, 126.4 on a set of medium tyres. But right now it looks like Shankster could win this race right now on the strategy he's performing.
Yeah, I certainly made a point to say how it was interesting that he was starting on hards, but it looks like it's worked out for him. Meanwhile, Tornado, I think, has a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
So right now, the Ace is really struggling on those 9-lap softs, and I'm not surprised. Those soft tyres will be really worn out.
Alex Gunner on X-Natty G, side by side.
Speaking about Natty's team, Ace is currently in the pits right now.
Yeah, X-Ace in the pits. I think for his first pit stop. Alex opening DRS on X-Natty. He will defend to the inside. Not able to get the run right there. Oh, but X-Natty's off.
Into the grass. Alex Gunner's going to go on the outside of them. Oh, he has to lift off the throttle there.
Boy, he's still able to defend quite well despite walking up. Meanwhile, behind them, Zaza and Blue Camo. Zaza making a really good move on the Racing Point.
Someone.
Oh, that was a Racing. No, an Alpha off. One of them. I didn't really see. I keep switching through.
As right now, the net gap to the leader, or who was the net leader at one point, was Tornado. Currently, the gap between him and Shankster is 27.6 seconds. To Ace, it's 27.2. So right now, Shankster is basically going to have a 5-second gap when he pits ahead of them, unless he has to do a 5-second stop-go penalty. Oh, yellow's in sector 2, and that is Hugo. He's lagged out. He has left the session, so...
Yeah, one of the Red Bulls out for now. We'll see what happens there. But now, Dedekany has sort of sneaked his way back up into the top 2, under the radar there, as X90G is now into the pits. Oh yeah, he's on hards, so... Actually, this will be interesting to kind of tell.
He's got wing damage, that's why he's in 75-second stop-go. Got wing damage and wants to set medium tyres. It's good news for the Alpha or the Torosa team because they were doing very well in qualifying.
Zaza with the penalty. As now X-Ace finds behind Blue Camo. Getting really close there. And Fire Tornado behind X-Ace.
It was Ace going around the outside of Blue Camo, but look at Tornado, don't count Tornado out, he's probably going to make it 3 wide.
Oh no!
What just happened there?
I don't know, but it worked.
He just goes through him like a bullet right now as Tornado is right on the back of Ace.
Well, I mean, if you have the ability to phase through cars, you might be considered a top team at this point.
Because right now, though, Deadon is still 8 laps on those soft tyres, so he will be pitting soon. Currently in second place, got a 9.2 second gap to Alex Gunnar, and still pulling away on those 9 laps old soft tyres.
Yeah, Tornado's pace is actually really picking up, although he's got Ace ahead of him, who also is putting in a really good pace. They will likely catch Zaza not too long from now, actually, considering all these guys are on hard tires. Dedekany, still on softs though compared to everyone else.
Tornado almost went for a move there on Ace, as Ace just made a little error trying to defend. However, he keeps position, stays in 5th place right now. This is the only battle on track, as we are on lap 13 out of 29.
I believe we're only on lap 13. Feel like
hectic.
Feel like the whole race has already happened.
Right now, though, Tornado is losing a bit of time now to Ace, but someone who's losing a lot of time is Zaz. He's just gone off into the wall.
Yeah, Zaz is in the wall there, you see on the side. The Ferrari, who is kind of slowing up a little bit, has binned it.
Can't make a move on Blue Camo since his yellow's in sector 3. He now can attempt to make a move, possibly, but Zaz is gone, and that ain't good for the Ferrari team.
Topster at the inside of Blue Camo, and that is 6th for him. So now the 4th recorded DNF is the Ferrari of Zaza. Unfortunate for him. As we still have yellow flags. Okay, they cleared up now.
Set new fast start 126.1. As Robert at the moment is struggling to pass the AI of Hugo Walsh, who's currently in 12th place. As Fire Tornado's got as close as possible now to Ace, possibly make a little dive bomb into the corner on Ace, but right now he's staying behind on the hard compound of tyre.
Right, Tornado still behind the Alpha for some time, for quite a few laps though. Although his tires are still relatively new, not newer than Ace's, but there's quite a lot of good pace. Right, then we'll check to see a few things. So, as it stands, Shankster, I believe, is the only one who hasn't pitted yet, because he's still on the hard tires, so... I mean, at this point, he's got to go on the mediums, right?
He could go on mediums, or he could pull out a very interesting strategy. Remember, the safety car was out, so he could take those hards another 6 laps and then go softs to the end. It will be a fast strategy, the car will be lighter, could steal the fastest lap point. As speaking about someone's going to steal position, Tornado is just past Ace, took in third place, but there's yellows. In sector one, it's Shankster. Shankster is round.
Oh, yeah,
that big lead he had is gone.
Yeah, he spun it around off the fast right.
So maybe that's his tyres starting to go.
And meanwhile, Tornado has gotten in front of Ace during that whole thing, although I'm pretty sure there were yellow flags. I don't know how he made that move.
No, he got past before the yellow flags. He passed him on the main straight, and then Shankster spun it as he got past. So
Dekany
just got out of that.
Dekany is now on mediums as he's fighting blue camo off of exit. X90G, another time penalty. He's a little further behind. But that's probably the first mistake Shankster has made this race. He's been able to get all the way into the lead from outside the top 10. But
so he has got a bit of wing damage as well, so that's going to be around about a 30-second pit stop, and he will be very disappointed because he could have won this race and did have the gap to try and win this race, but unfortunately now the gap is only to the leader from Fire Tornado's 12.1 seconds, and the pit stop now is around about 22 seconds.
Another, I guess you could possibly say, underdog for this race, Alex Gunner. He's in second place, kind of doing his thing under the radar. Although he's got a Fire Tornado kind of catching up quickly as X90G. X90. Oh, he spun it in the same. X90G has spun and crashed in the same area that the Ferrari has, and he is out of the race. Virtual safety car.
So turn 12 is claiming a lot of victims in today's race.
Oh,
I think that's 4 now.
From 9th back, they have the option to pit. AB Techers does take the chance to pit.
It's very interesting. Is he going to go on a fresh set of mediums because the softs will not make it to the end?
Our country decides not to pit under VSC. Will Hugo or
oh, Triple is off.
Yeah, Triple's off there in the background. So this VSC could help a few guys down 9th and below. Let's see.
This VSC also could help Shankster right now. He's currently in first place with a gap now to Alex Gunner, 13.9 seconds. The VSC has ended, so if Shankster quickly put the metal down, pedal the metal down.
Alex has lost a lot of time to Fire Tornado, and Tornado's just going to use his phasing powers to get second place.
As Ace has just got past Alex Gunner as well. As Tornado is locking up quite a lot now. This could have affected him on his soft run, and this is what may have overheated his softs and made him spin. As Shankster sets out for another lap. Robert's gone on inters.
What is it with everyone going on inters? It's not raining.
Now, it looks cloudy, but I don't think it's going to rain. I think he's made a big mistake. I think. As right now though, Shankster is getting caught a little bit. Currently the gap now 1.4 seconds.
Right, Shankster still has yet to pit, but Fire Tornado now in second. He's poised to catch Shankster this way. Alex Gunner still has to pit as well, as Blue Camo is in the pits. Looks like soft tires going on the car for him. As we have a yellow in sector 1, that's Toadster. Yeah, Toadster spun around.
The second time I believe he may have spun, or his teammate has spun on the Red Bull crew. We're going to have to do a lot more repair work on the front wing.
Yeah, have to be a little bit careful there. Luckily no one in the general area. But back up front, ooh, Alex has lost a lot of time to Ace. I wonder if there's been a small mistake there, as now that's Toussaint there in the background, catching up.
Yep, that is Toussaint catching up. He's currently in 5th. He's having a recovery drive. He was qualified in 1st, but that didn't get a good launch off the line, and then a mistake which cost him a lot of positions. Had to make him peel into the pits.
It's the
he's
lap
currently now back into 5th. Sets a new fastest lap, 126.1. So the mediums tyre is probably the best tyre for him to use right now, since he is setting the fastest lap after fastest lap.
Toussaint gradually catching up to Alex Gunner, as Robert, I think, has had a mistake there as... Oh yeah, he's still on inters, that's right. But meanwhile, up in front of the field, Shanksta still has yet to pit, although the longer he stays out, the more susceptible he's going to be to the... more specifically, probably Fire, Tornado, and Ace, actually. As Tobster is in for his front wing damage.
That is true, as Robert finally makes it into the pits after Williams' team made a very crucial mistake. But someone's gone. Someone is round.
I think that was...
well, it said someone was round.
No, I think that was just the
That
McLaren giving the position. That Triple O is a lap down, so...
Ah.
But that does mean...
Shanks is in.
Yeah, Shanks is in. Meanwhile, Toussaint has gotten the move on Alex Gunner. So, the McLaren teamwork not helping one another.
Will he go on the soft compounded tyre? And yes, he is. So, Fire Tornado may be in the lead right now, but he's going to be caught quite quickly by Shanks' fresh set of softs.
Toussaint and Alex are going to get out in front of him. Shankster will get out in front of the Decany, who most likely made his last pit stop as well. So it's still all to play for, as now Alex still on the back of Toussaint.
It'll be very interesting to see what Shankster can do with those soft tyres to the end of this race. His first victim will be Alex Gunner, who's currently got 4.6 seconds and already gaining.
So, yeah, cut the corner there. 3-second time penalty. Slapped right there. So it's made this a little bit more difficult.
As Hugo Walsh's AI is just peeled into the pits. Although Fire Tornado is back in the lead. Ace is in second, currently got 1.9 seconds right now.
Chicot is not too far off from Alex and Toussaint, although I think, yeah, that's the lap McLaren in front of him. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly Shankster can quickly catch up.
Oh, it's actually... Shankster's actually had a bad pit stop actually, because the wing hasn't been replaced, which is actually not going to make him catch the front runners quite quickly as I thought it would have been with a fresh wing. So that isn't good for Shankster there.
That might be the plan though. It might have wasted a little too much time. This might be a little bit of a recovery for him.
Oh, Yale's in sector 3. I think that's Black Country. It is Black Country. He's gone.
Yeah, Black Country in the wall there. The Ferrari of AB Techers right there.
Just gets past.
And he has lost his front wing. He was up in the 9th, not doing too badly there, but just a small mistake there sort of cost it. So Tobster will likely get back into the top 10. Fire Tornado racking up. Oh, Fire Tornado! No!
Fire Tornado, the leader, is out of this race.
We caught that at the right moment.
Ace has now took the lead currently of this race, but don't forget to say he's currently in second place right now.
Ooh, Shankster.
And this is good for Shanks. Shanks has made, I don't know if that was actually illegal overtake, but he's got past Alex Gunner in the yellows.
Yeah, Alex is going really slow as if he was about to... Oh, the Williams! They're just on the exit of the corner. Have to be careful.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Oh, and he's
Robert's been
disqualified.
disqualified. And that is his day over. He will not be happy with that.
So 2 consecutive DNFs back to back. No safety car, VSC, anything like that. Toussaint is in for a pit stop. Alex Gunner is in for a pit stop. Alex changing his front wing. And Toussaint going to softs. And now X-Ace is now your current leader in the Alpha. Shankster's back up to second there, so he's made this work.
Yeah, but he's losing a little bit of time now though, the Ace, and this is probably due to his front wing. So right now though, it looks like Ace may look like for an easy win right now, since he is pulling away from Shankster. Getting the gap 6.6 seconds.
Indeed. The Deckening now into 3rd place on the medium tires. Toussaint, see, quite a ways back.
There's just a new fast lap, 125.2 is
Oh,
in the top 10.
that's
Oh,
Black Country, excuse me.
Three.
Yeah,
Black Country is round. 1012's claimed another victim.
But now we have just less than half of the drivers in. If you're still in the race, you technically have a chance to get points left. It's kind of the race this has been.
Deadon's just got another time penalty, I believe, added to his time, as Ace is in the lead, but has got slow traffic of Walsh there, I believe. Quickly got out of his way.
Right, just 7 to go, I believe. I'm pretty sure everyone has made their final pit stops. And we're going to likely take it to the end. Ace on the hard tires, Shanksta on the soft tires. I don't know if his pace is good enough to catch Ace though. Dedekany, not too well, he's a little ways away, but
Oh, Shanks has caught up a little bit now, 4.7 the gap is. Maybe that might have been because of Hugo Walsh holding up Ace, but right now though it's been a very bad day for the Toro Rosso team. We were qualified first and second. Tizane didn't have the best start, lost it and dropped back of the field, and then near the end of the race, Fire Tornado made a little error there in turn 12 and crashed. So I'm going to say though, turn 12 has claimed a lot of victims today.
Yeah, it's become relatively surprising that so many drivers have had separate incidents right there. I think everyone's just kind of pushing like really hard. That's why they're racking up so many time penalties.
That's correct. It's losing a lot of time. Like the gap was 6.6, now the gap's 3.5. So has Ace got an issue on those hard compounded tyres? He has only done 12 laps on them, and we did see Shanks, I believe, do 16, 17 laps on the hard compounded tyre.
Well, let's go on board and see. He's got a decent amount of ERS. Shanksta's not using too much though. He's using only where he needs to. But I think that's just kind of the compound difference of soft v hard on a track like this. But I'm taking a look at the chat here, and you're right, Toussaint has made a really good recovery after going back down the last. It's just that, you know, if you're starting on pole, you don't really expect to fall all the way back down there, so you'll have to see what he thinks about it. But I think the only thing that could salvage it is a podium at this point.
Yeah, I've got to say that, which isn't out of range. Currently the gap now to the guy in third place, 2.2 seconds, and Shanksta again has caught another second on Ace, 2.5 seconds now the gap is.
Yeah, just about 5 to go. Yeah, that's Dedekany right in front of Toussaint. Pretty much can see him. There's Dedekany on the medium tires, so Toussaint with the tire advantage. He's actually both of them really low on ERS. Yeah, I think
Toussaint is a second off, dead on now.
I think Ace is just really struggling on the hards. I mean, he's been on those tires longer than anyone else so far. So
Medium should still be giving him a bit of life. They can probably last around about 12 to 13 laps. Right now though, dead on is in Toussaint's territory right now. Toussaint is getting a lot more speed than the Mercedes, going on the inside of him.
Meanwhile, blue camo and AB Techers into the pits, so I guess those soft tires didn't really last as long as they thought they would. Meanwhile,
Toussaint has got third place.
Yeah, I missed that slightly. And meanwhile, we now have a close-up chance for a lead change.
Shanks has got a lot more ERS compared to Ace right now.
Yeah, Ace is gonna have to really start pushing the limits on those hards if he wants any chance. You have yellow flag in Sector 2. Is that just for the lap car? I think it's just for the lap car.
I think it might have been for Black Country there, letting their car through there.
Although, is Hugo still out of this race? Because if so, his AI is gonna get ninth, which would just be incredible.
Yeah, Hugo's still out, he didn't make it back. Triple O just gets a 3-second time penalty to his time as well, as right now though, Shankster is almost within DRS range. Gotta give Shankster when this credit is due, even with those soft tyres, with that wing damage, he's managed to catch up with the leader who's done 14 laps on hards.
I mean, Shankster's done nearly everything good as Ace. Definitely pushing the limit there. I mean, apart from his spin, Shankster's been kind of under the radar, yet kind of really quick, excuse me. So,
As he did qualify on the hard compounded tyres and thought to stick with it into the race, which in my opinion was the best strategy call. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Triple O. Tried the exact same thing, who got involved in an instant, and they got a drive through penalty under the safety car, which has kind of cost him this race today to get some good points.
Shankster now in DRS range.
Really close.
Oh,
nice low error though in turn 1.
Yeah. He's on softs, he's got the grip. Toussaint is still in third, so if something does happen to these two, he is next up for the picking. But that's pretty much what it's going to take. Both these guys fighting really hard for the win of the Australian Grand Prix. With less than 4 laps to go.
Thing is, when 4 laps to go, Shankster's tyres last. He's done 7 laps on those tyres, and we've seen people on mediums, like dead on with 11 laps, struggling. So the softs starting to fall off.
You know what I just realized? I think Blue Camo and Techers are pitting to get the fastest lap.
Yellow's in Sector 2, is that Triple? Yeah, it is. Triple's gone, and he's lost a big chunk of his front wing. Just the start of Sector 2.
That might give Black Country the final top 10 spot. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on Blue Camo or Techers if they get the fastest lap time there. They can still do it. They're actually just ahead of this group.
Right now though, Shankster is really close to the leader. Just waiting on Ace to make one little mistake and he can get the position. And look at the straight line speed the race point has got. He's gone on the inside, makes the position. He's currently in the lead.
Ooh, oh, contact. Ace into the back of the racing point. Ace, I think, has lost.
They closed the door a bit too early and it's gave Ace a big chunk of damage.
Yeah, Ace has front wing damage. So you can see it right there on the spectator cam. Is in Sector 3. Oh, that's still Triple O
getting out of the way.
But Shankster has gotten away scot-free, I believe. So X-Ace can still keep up, but I don't think he'll be able to do anything more than that. He can't really pit, or else he'll lose to Toussaint.
Ooh, big lock up there from Shankster though. He's pulling away from Ace now, so that damage with those hard tyres is costing Ace a bit of time. Toussaint is only 8 seconds off. It's lap 27 out of 29. Will Toussaint manage to catch up with Ace? Don't think he will, but anything can happen.
Yeah, Ace is just losing too much time on those hard tires. There's no way he's going to catch back up to Shankster. He's still on the softs. So the gap is still really big from Toussaint to Ace, though. So now Shankster back into the lead after his pit stop. And indeed, Black Country has gotten into the top 10 after passing Triple O.
As we're now on the penultimate lap before the last lap. Shankster may be really happy with today's performance, as he made an error, has corrected it, come back on his set soft tyres with wing damage and took the lead of this race. He's currently got a gap now to 3.5 to Ace.
So you gotta give credit to pretty much nearly everyone who's still driving on here.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure everyone has made a mistake at some point. Shankster, oh, now I can actually kind of see the end plate damage he has from this angle, but Shankster from outside the top 10 has managed to pretty much fool everyone with this strategy of starting on hards.
Yeah, he is the biggest position gainer on track right now, 10 positions gained. The biggest loser is two drivers who have retired, is Sabre the Mister and Fire Tornado. 10 positions down.
Now that we think about it, there probably was some forecast for rain, but it never did come, so unfortunate for those guys who were thinking about the inters. X-Ace also doing a really good job, although you can see Toussaint there, just there. He's actually closing in a lot. It's roughly in 2-second distance now.
As we're about to start the last lap to this race. Shankster looks like he is going to win today, and it will be very good to see that Toussaint will do a recovery drive, being last on lap 1. Apparently, is now in 3rd place, possibly challenging for 2nd.
X-Ace has quite a bit of ERS, but the front wing damage might hinder him. Meanwhile, Dedekany and Alex also doing good jobs there in the top 5. Pretty much 6 Topster, Blue Camo, AB Techers, all of them having their own separate issues. Black Country, Triple O, and Hugo also, but they'll still get some points except for Triple O as things stands, as Toussaint is right on the back of Ace. Will he let him have it? I don't know. X-Ace is definitely going to try to defend this while he can. X-Ace doing a really good job. He sort of cuts him off there a little bit, although X-Ace does give him the inside.
Oh, he backs out of it. Very smart there from Toussaint. Turn 12 has been very dangerous today, but Toussaint is not having it. He wants to go on the inside of Ace. Side by side they go.
Up to second, Toussaint doesn't really have to do anything special, and he does get into second.
Got it. Shankster's come around the final corner now to win the Australian Grand Prix. Take the maximum points.
Win for him, win for Racing Point. Stellar job from him. Toussaint pole to 2nd place. It was almost the perfect victory, but not quite. And Ace, oh yeah, that's right. Toussaint has a time penalty.
It back.
That's right.
So Alpha takes 2nd place, Toussaint goes to 3rd.
Dedekany to finish 4th, just outside the podium, but a good drive nonetheless. Alex as well. He had his own separate issues off and on the field. So he will come across to finish 5th. Hugo's AI to finish 9th and Triple O 11th. See where everyone else is.
Gotta give Alex a bit of credit though as well, with his pit crew making a mistake, putting him on intermediates. He's come back for a solid 5th place, which is very good to see, with Topster in 6th, having a bit of issue with his teammate under the safety car, with Blue Camo in 7th. He'll be happy that his teammate has won today's race, as he's going now to the final few corners. As Techers is in 8th.
Across the line to get the single point there for all of his troubles today. AB Techers as well, finish 8th.
Camo takes P7. Here comes Techers then. Unfortunately his teammate did crash out into turn 12, and unfortunately Ferrari, as he is going to the pits to finish the rest of the days, he comes in to the pits.
But what a stellar race this was. You could barely even predict what was going to happen. Alright then. Oh yeah, we should definitely give our take on who the driver of the day was.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give it Shankster. You know, made an error, spun, started on 11th with hards, spun in the race, pitted, and then came back fighting, and had a bit of contact with Ace near the closing stages of the race, but he didn't let that affect him, and he pulled away and took the win of this race. I believe he deserves it today.
Yeah, I'll give it to Shankster as well. Starting on the hards and then finishing on the softs. Pretty much doing the reverse strategy, and it really paid off for him, as everyone else kind of struggled with tire issues as well. But definitely credit to where credit's due. He wasn't too far from Ace, who only finished 2 seconds behind Shanks though with penalties, so he actually still could have lost that.
Yeah, he could have actually. His ace had 0 penalties there, so very good to see one driver not have any penalties.
Lucam also not having any penalties as well, so I think that also deserves a decent shout out. As you can see, Fire Tornado, X-Natty G, Zaza, Checkmate, Sabo, Infamela, and Robert all having DNFs in some form or fashion, which is really unfortunate for a lot of those guys.
It was unfortunate to see Robert getting a disqualification when he was trying to keep his car out of the way of other drivers. Unfortunately, the FIA penalised him for that.
But still, what a very, very interesting race. I enjoyed it. What about you?
I definitely enjoyed it. Best race I've seen.
It's not often I get to commentate these F1 races, so it's definitely quite the spectacle for me. But do we have anything else to say?
Not really. It's been a very interesting race. A lot of crashes, some great battles, some very good strategy calls from a few drivers. As I said, Shanks deserves my driver of the day, of course. Other than that, it's been a great race and enjoyed commentating.
Right. So yeah, it has been a wonderful pleasure to bring you Gavra Racing's action here in the F1 series. If you think you have what it takes as well, Gavra's Academy is always open for participants as well. We're always looking for new drivers, new talents, new commentators as well in our little world of ours. So once again, thank you for our covered broadcast of the Australian Grand Prix. We will see you all for China. Yeah, China, I think. So I have been Cypher Knight 77.
I've been IRL Neon.
And we'll see you next time for more Gavra Racing F1 action. We'll see you all. Have a good day, good night, wherever part of the world you are. And we'll see you all next time.